Hello and welcome to another nostalgia filled video, and we're continuing through our journey of modern era sets. We're now up to Lorwyn, so we're on the home straight. We're going to finish up with this, I suppose you could call it mega block, so it's two lots of mini blocks. So the first would be Lorwyn and Morningtide, and the second mini block Shadowmoor Eventide. So we got basically 8 videos including this one left, and then we get up to Shards of Alara. Don't have any old product for that. That's all been long opened. We're on the first set of the block, so we're going to be opening tournament packs. It's going to be the last time we open tournament packs in this series of videos, simply because I wasn't able at the time, and bear in mind that these packs were bought several years ago, way more than 5, probably longer than that. So way back, and I think at the time, for whatever reason, I either couldn't find tournament packs for Shadowmoor, or maybe they were just on the sort of more expensive than just buying 5 boosters. So this is going to be the last time we get to open some tournament packs. So I'm going to open a tournament pack of Lorwyn and a couple of boosters this week, and then another tournament pack of Lorwyn and another couple of boosters next week, and then again in 2-week blocks we'll be looking at the rest of the sets that I've mentioned. So a little bit of background to the Lorwyn set, just so you can get a feel before I start cracking these open. Very tribal set. Things to look out for are the appearance of planeswalkers in here. They're obviously the tribal theme that I mentioned. We've got things like Champion, Changelings, Clash, Death Touch, Evoke, and Hideaway. 301 cards, 20 basic lands, 121 commons, 80 uncommons, 80 rares. As we're opening a tournament pack here, we're definitely going to get lands in this. So just jumping back to something I mentioned there, this was the first set to feature planeswalkers. They were originally intended for future sites, and what's interesting is that set already included many new mechanics, so planeswalkers were pushed back into Lorwyn apparently. And this is, I'm checking this out on my favourite resources for this, which is the MTG wiki on mtg.gamepedia.com. Fantastic resource for all things Magic the Gathering. So I'm going to push on and crack these open. Don't forget, actually, the Vivid Lands are in this as well, if you're interested in cycles. And let's open some Magic product. I'll try and open some Magic product. There we go. Okay, so let's see what we get. We normally get a very handy sort of set descriptor in here. I'm just going to split this pack up. We'll have a look at the artwork for the lands first, but before we do that, let's just see what we can see in terms of this particular insert. So, I don't know, oh there we go, it is where friends and foils meet. Okay, so it's advertising FNM. Oh, here we go. So we've got this, yeah, this rules insert which you got in a tournament pack. So Planeswalkers, Planeswalker abilities, fighting a Planeswalker. So obviously this is a completely new card at the time, new card type. So they had to go through and just explain how this worked, how loyalty works, and the whole business of attacking Planeswalkers, and where and when you do that. And then obviously, as I mentioned, you've got tribal cards, Changeling, Champion, Evoke and Clash. So let's pull this in and have a look at this artwork. A lot of the artwork has a very, I suppose, what would you call it, like watercolour type look to it. It's interesting to see swamp artwork where the it's incredibly vivid. Even the swamps look pleasant in this set. I think the artwork for that gets darker as we move through the into the second mini block. Oh, that's funny. Even got like little lily pads on in the swamp artwork. It's pretty nice. It's interesting, that looks like that's been drawn with those you know, like coloured pencils almost. It has a very faded look to it. It's almost like a soft focus. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The with the tournament packs, you also got this foil. Could be anything. So we have Deep Tread Marrow, very foily indeed. In fact, so much is actually, I don't know how clear that's coming out on camera. So 1 and a blue creature Merfolk Wizard. This is a common. Single blue Deep Tread Marrow gains Island Walk until end of turn, and it's a 2/1. Okay, so let's move back to our non-land part. So we have Streambed Aquatex. So this one cared about merfolk. Boggart Looters, which is a goblin rogue. Consuming Bonfire. So, oh, that was the other thing with this. We actually had tribal cards that went beyond just creatures. So we have things like tribal sorceries. So choose one. Consuming Bonfire deals 4 damage to target non-elemental creature, or Consuming Bonfire deals 7 damage to target tree folk creature. This Alana Hunt's Master. So now we've got Runed Stalactite in the set. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and is every creature type. Inner Flame Acolyte, which has Evoke on it. So Evoke was in the set. So in this one you can evoke for red. You may play this spell for its evoke cost. If you do, it's sacrificed when it comes into play. So you can opt to pay the regular cost, 1 and 2 red, which gives you a creature. It says when Inner Flame Acolyte comes into play, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. Or you can pay its evoke cost. Don't get the benefit of the creature, but you get the benefit of that particular effect I've just read out. So it give a target creature +2/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. Next snap, destroy target attacking or blocking creature. That's a fairly common spell we see in white, with over the years lots of different names attributed to that. Lots, different costings as well often. Pestamite, it's a fairy rogue. Wondrous Twig allows us to search out for basic land cards, or a basic land card. Merfolk Wizard, Avian Changeling, so this was a shapeshifter and has Changeling on it. So with Changeling, this card is every creature type at all times. Also had Flying. Bogstrider Ash, Treefolk Shaman. So we're starting to get a feel for the different tribes that were in this set. Eyeblight's Ending, 2 and a black, destroy target non-elf creature. Mudbutton Torch Runner. Springleaf Drum, another way of generating mana. Oak Gnarl Warrior has Vigilance and Trample. Gold Meadow Harrier. Broken Ambitions. Nath's Buffoon, which has protection from elves. Fault Grinder, another card with Evoke on it. This had its casting cost was 6 and a red, and its evoke cost was 4 and a red. When it came into play, destroy target land. Root Grapple. Gold Meadow Dodger, Kithkin Rogue. Another shapeshifter, Wings of Velis Vale. Tribal instant shapeshifter, in fact. So another card where it's tribal matters instant. Flamekin Brawler. Aquitex Will. Used flood counters. Gabba Apothecary. Mornwelk. Zephyrnet. Scarred Vine Breeder, it's an elf shaman. Giltleaf Seer, look at the top 2 cards of your library, then put them back in any order for a single green. Protective Bubble. Sylvan Echoes, whenever you clash and win you may draw a card. This ability triggers after the clash ends. Rebellion of the Flamekin. So we've got our uncommons here. Prowess of the Fair. Merrow Harbinger. Burrant Forge Tender. Briarhorn, which has a evoke cost on this of 1 and a green as compared to its casting cost of 3 and a green. Fairy Harbinger. Changeling Titan, which has Champion a Creature. So with Champion a Creature, when this comes into play, sacrifice unless you remove another creature you control from the game. When this leaves play, that card returns to play. Goat Napper. Get to untap a target goat and gain control of it. Ceaseless Sear Blades. And our rares are, this is a cool card in Commander. Mirror Entity, 2 and a white, it's a changeling, X, creatures you control become XX and gain all creature types until end of turn. Nettlevine Blight, so 4 and 2 black, enchantment aura, enchant creature or land, enchanted permanent has at the end of your turn, sacrifice this permanent and attach Nettlevine Blight to a creature or land you control. And we have a rare land, non-basic land, in the form of Wanderwine Hub. So as Wonder Wine Hub comes into play, you may reveal a Merfolk card from your hand. If you don't, Wonder Wine Hub comes into play tapped. So there was a cycle of these that cared about you having creatures, and if you revealed a creature of a particular type, it would stop this from coming into play tapped, or stop whatever other lands in this cycle were coming into tapped. And you got to tap it for one of two colours. In this case, this is the white blue one. And then we have a sort of stats card they were doing at the time, sort of famous Magic players of the era. Okay, so let's move on to the boosters. No Planeswalkers yet. It's interesting the difference between these packs and the and modern packs. Like, they're very sturdy. Generally, you can open them pretty clean, so they don't disintegrate as you're opening them. Okay, so Oak Gnarl Warrior, Gold Meadow Harrier, Glimmer Dust Nap, Warren Pilferers, Soulbright Flamekin, Spell Stutter Sprite, Black Poplar Shaman, Elvish Eulogist, Wings of Velis Vale, Caterwauling Boggart, Burrington Forge Tender, Elvish Promenade. So we're on to our groups of uncommons here. We've got a Shriekmaw. So 4 and a black with fear. When Shriekmaw comes into play, destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature. And evoke is 1 and a black. So you can play the spell for its evoke cost. If you do, it's sacrificed when it comes into play. So you just get this when Shriekmaw comes into play, destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature effect. And it's a 3/2 if you choose to cast it for its regular casting cost. We have a Goblin Rogue token, and our rare is Guile. So 3 and 3 blue for a creature elemental incarnation. It's a 6/6. Guile can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. If a spell or ability you control would counter a spell, instead remove that spell from the game, and you may play that card without paying its mana cost. When Guile is put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. And we also have a foil here. And the foil is Hunt Down. Single green, sorcery, target creature blocks target creature this turn if able. Moving on to our other pack. So first up we have Kithkin Daggerdare. And we have Surge of Thought Weft. So we have a Muldrifter. Always good to see Muldrifter. So another evoke card. 4 and a blue. It's a 2/2 if you cast it that way. It also has flying, and when it comes into play, you draw 2 cards. If you pay it for its evoke cost for 2 and a blue. So you play this spell. And when you do, it's sacrificed when it comes into play, but it still triggers that ability of when Muldrifter comes into play, draw 2 cards. Weed Strangle, Mud Button Torch Runner, Woodland Changeling. So we've seen quite a few Changeling themed cards so far. Hunt Down, Giant's Ire, Dawn Fluke, another card with Evoke on it, Spell Stutter Sprite. We have one of the cycle of Vivid Lands. So we've got Vivid Grove, so this comes into play tapped with 2 charge counts on it. You can tap it, add green to your mana pool, or tap it and remove a charge counter from Vivid Grove and add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool. Nectar Fairy, Benthicore. We have a rules card, and you saw this at the time, that what they did in a lot of packs where they sort of token the promotional card, or the advert card should I say, whatever you want to call it goes, you often got these useful rules tips cards. So in our rare slot we do have a legendary creature. We don't have a planeswalker, but we have a legendary. We have Brigid, Hero of Kinsbale. It's 2 and 2 white for a 2/3 legendary creature, Kithkin Archer with first strike. Tap. Brigid, Hero of Kinsbale, deals 2 damage to each attacking or blocking creature target player controls. But I do see a foil lurking at the back here. Oh, a rather nice foily Shriekmaw. So for 4 and a black, we've got a creature elemental that has fear on it. Whenever Shriekmaw comes into play, destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature, and it's got evoke 4 and a black, and it's a 3/2. So there we have it. That's our 2 boosters and a tournament pack from Lorwyn. As you can see there, we did get a sort of full complement of foils. I think, as I mentioned, you always get one in the tournament pack, usually. I think that's right. Well, actually, maybe that's not always the case. I'm just trying to think here. I know that often used to happen in older sets in the theme decks, but I'm not sure whether they actually, that's just the fact that, you know, we've in that pack there's like 3 boosters worth of cards and one of them happened to be a foil, or you do definitely get a foil in a tournament pack. So maybe someone else can sort of clear that up for me if that's the case. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.